Hello everyone, my name is Ravi. I'm from Cloud Assert. Today we are going to see about the extensibility and customization options that vConnect provides. vConnect, as we all know, brings VMware integration for Windows Azure Pack. In the latest release, we have added quite a bit of functionality that enables administrators and system integrators to customize and extend the features of vConnect so anyone can automate end-to-end IT processes for provisioning and managing VMware infrastructure from within vConnect. So let us quickly have an overview of Cloud Assert. Cloud Assert, we provide solutions and services for hybrid cloud, specifically targeting Windows Azure Pack and Windows Azure. We have teams in US and in India. We are a Microsoft partner, VMware solution provider, a VM reseller partner. We have the products and solutions running in production at customers' premises since early 2014. We have customers across multiple domains, variety of domains like healthcare, telcos, banks, and really large service or hosting providers. We have suite of products for Azure Pack. vConnect, which we are seeing today, integrates VMware with Windows Azure Pack. We have an extension for backups through Veeam backup solution for providing virtual machine backups on both System Center and VMware environment. Cloud Asset also has a solution for usage and billing for Azure Pack, covering variety of resources inside Azure Pack. System Center, virtual machines, vConnect, SQL database as a service, websites, all the services that are in Azure Pack are covered in this usage and billing solution. Along with this, we also provide custom development for Azure Pack. So these diverse set of products that Cloud Assert brings to the table for hybrid private cloud based on Windows Azure Pack. So now let's take a look at vConnect. To give a quick idea of vConnect, vConnect features integration with vCenter, data centers and clusters, has rich functionality for VM provisioning and management. The platform of vConnect has been built with the idea to enable administrators and system integrators to be able to customize anything and everything inside vConnect, being it as provisioning VMs or setting quotas and restrictions for your end users. There are features that enable you to customize every single user experience that can be done through Windows Azure Pack. There are a lot of extensibility options through PowerShell scripts, .NET custom commands. Using those, you can extend and integrate with external systems during VM provisioning or during management. So some of the feedback that we got from users or customers of vConnect, why they choose vConnect, it provides and brings in a very simplified user experience for both administrators and your end users who are power users in an organization. We bring first-class support for VMware platform inside Azure Pack. It's very cost-effective, easy to customize, and automate every single aspect of your IT process and management functions. You can onboard existing workloads seamlessly. On top of that, you can still continue to use your existing vSphere client tools if you choose to. So now let's go into the crux of today's session. The features that vConnect has for customizing and extending for automating the end-to-end IT processes. vConnect supports or comes with a lot of features for extending and customizing. So we have categorized here those features under basic and advanced. We see them, each one of them in detail. So let's start with some of the basic customizations that are available with vConnect. So There are certain settings that can be leveraged to influence the end user, the tenant user's experience in the tenant portal. It starts with setting up the plan settings in Azure Pack admin portal. You can select a specific vCenter data center and cluster to associate with the plan. You can also set the quotas like CPU, memory, etc. We also added a feature recently to enable you to provide fine-grained access or restrictions for what operations the tenant users can perform on the virtual machines. So let's start by looking at the basic settings available in the plan. So this is a plan that has vConnect. In here you can choose the vSphere connection, which is a vCenter data center and cluster pair to associate with the plan. You can also set the quotas for CPU cores, memory, and backup jobs, snapshots, and total number of virtual machines the users under this plan can create. In addition to this, we added um, the tenant operations that you would like to allow for the users of this plan. You can allow them to create new VMs, reconfigure, or allow only power management, or allow only connect RTP connections, so on and so forth. Another basic customization feature that's available, which is very straightforward, is to customize the configuration of virtual machine templates that are available in vConnect. As an admin user, you can configure the default template parameters. You can also choose which parameters you want to let the tenant users to be able to override, or you could even add your own custom parameters. So in order to configure VM template, you go into the admin portal VM templates. You can customize the template while adding a new template, or you can customize it after you have added. So let's pick one of these templates to see what are the options that you can leverage to customize the experience for your end users. So we are editing a template called Integrators template. You can provide a friendly name for your end users that is more sensible, and they can use that to choose the template when they create the VM. You can also override or provide default values for a lot of the startup parameters for the VM provisioning. For example, you can decide as an admin which network you want the tenant VMs to be connected to. You can also let them provide whether you want to use DHCP or static IP based IP allocation. You can provide a data store hint which specifies on which data store the VM will be placed on. In addition to this, you can also select which parameters you would like your tenant users to override. So if I select this is configurable by tenant checkbox, this parameter will be available for the end users, for the tenant users to be able to override during VM creation. So there are quite a bit of these parameters that you can control in the VM template as an admin user. So along with these standard parameters that are available for every template, you could also add custom parameters that you would like your end users to enter when they create the new VM. So inside once you are in the VM templates, you drill down into the template and you can add in any section your own custom parameter. So let's see a sample here. So you could say there are multiple different parameter types that are supported. Let's pick a simple text-based parameter. Let's just call it as param1. You can say, does this VM business critical, or is this VM business critical, right? So you could ask policy questions, or you could add any type of parameter that you would like your end users to provide, and these parameters are available for you for the scripts that processes the VM template provisioning in the backend. So with VM templates, you are able to control how the VM gets created by simply coming to the admin portal and modifying the default parameters for the templates by enabling which parameters you want to allow the end users to be able to override. And you can also add additional questions, additional inputs that you want to ask the end user that will help you in provisioning the VM. Another vConnect feature that you can leverage to customize how the VM gets provisioned is the static IP address pool management. This is a native home built feature in vConnect that enables administrators to define set of IP address ranges that will be allocated by vConnect automatically during the VM creation. And this IP address ranges that you provide can also be configured in the VM templates. So some of the templates can go through DHCP and some of them can take advantage of this static IP address pool management feature. Let's take a quick peek at how to configure the IP address pool in vConnect. So in the vConnect admin portal, click on the IP pools tab. You can add or edit an IP address pool. When you add an IP address pool, you give it a friendly name, the subnet mask default gateway, and you can provide the DNS, one or more DNS IP addresses. In addition to that, you can enter list of IP address ranges as a comma separated value or as on individual lines. So once you add this, vConnect can leverage these IP address pools through the VM templates. As we have seen in the previous slide about the VM templates, in the VM templates, there is a place where you can select the IP address mode. So you can select the static IP in the IP mode and then provide the IP address pool that you want this template to use when it creates the VM. So this entire process is managed by vConnect. It doesn't depend on any other backend for the IP address pool management. So this is a very cool feature that you can take advantage of if you want to allocate static IP addresses for the VMs created through vConnect. Now let's take a look at the features that helps you to automate the typical IT support and management tasks that are typically done through emails or through support systems. How vConnect helps to automate these typical support and maintenance tasks through a feature called custom commands. Typically, the IT support or maintenance requires, let's say, a new functionality. You want to add support for adding a disk, for example. In the typical process or the workflow, the IT management or the administrator identifies this gap, then requests for the feature to be added to a product or through your homegrown tool or a portal. Then it goes into the project management pipeline until it gets a resource allocated, or you file the request to the software vendor and wait for several months before the feature gets added to the software. And then you receive the feature, test and sign off, then deploy to production. Then that feature or functionality reaches your end users. As we have seen here, it takes several months if lucky, or a couple of years if you are depending on a big software vendor. So let's see how this experience looks like with Azure Pack and the power of vConnect's custom command extensions. There is an idea or a gap identified in the existing self-service portal. typically by the administrators or power users, or sometimes by the system integrators who are setting up the hybrid or private cloud solution. The next step is to figure out how to automate this. You would want this automation to implement this. You want it to be very simple, straightforward, easy to do. It should take not weeks, not months. It should take few minutes. It should be scripted, so you can see what's going on in the backend, and you can modify as an admin. You can modify if there is a problem or if you want to change the behavior. It makes it easy to modify if it is scripted. Once it's automated, it should reach the end users pretty quickly. So they can leverage the new features within a day, within few minutes, instead of waiting for several months. So there is a faster turnaround. And over the period, this platform, the self-service portal and the private hybrid cloud platform becomes richer with functionality because more ideas are spun, the gaps are addressed, everything is automated, and everything is self-serviced for the end users. So the way to accomplish this through VConnect, you log into the admin portal, create a custom command, attach a script, and then in few minutes, the end users are able to use these new features that you just thought about. So the custom command extensions allows administrators to add any new functionality from the admin portal. You can define dynamic parameters, not just a command that just provides a UI button, but you can also add inputs that you want to receive from the end users. Then you can specify a custom script that you want to get invoked using these parameters. Once you are done with that, the new functionality lights up with your own custom idea in the tenant portal, so your users can start leveraging it immediately. Now let's see how easy to accomplish this with VConnect and Azure Pack. In order to add a new custom command or custom functionality, you come to the admin portal, select connections, and then choose one of the connections to which you want to add the command. Click on the custom commands button at the bottom. Select add new command. You can say add disk, or let's say create a support request. Then you can give any script that you want to be invoked for this custom command. That's it. So you have defined a script to be invoked using the custom command. Just by doing this, you have added a new functionality to the tenant portal of Azure Pack. So if we switch to the tenant portal and select a VM, you can now see that there is a commands option here, and the command we just added in the admin portal is available here for the tenant users. So you can click on that and it will execute the script you have provided from the admin portal. While this is useful, it would be great if we can get some user input when this command gets executed, when a user clicks on this new functionality. Let's see how to do that. So from the admin portal connections, select the command and then click on the custom commands. Actually drill down into the custom commands. You can say add new parameter, select a type of parameter. Let's say we have as support issue description. You provide that. So let's make it a little bit more legible. So now we have added an additional parameter to be asked whenever this command gets executed. So you need to select is configurable by tenant and is required for sure. So this parameter appears in the tenant portal. So now we have saved it. Let's switch back to the tenant portal and refresh the page to get the new command input dialog. So if you have noticed, in the earlier screen we did not see this dialog box asking for support issue description, but now that we have added this parameter, whenever the user clicks on the command create support request, this new dialog box pops up asking the user to enter support issue description. Not just a plain text parameter, vConnect also supports different types of parameters. Let's take a look at what are those, right? So click a new parameter. You can see here you can get password input, you can get a comma separated values, number, checkbox, or select box. Select boxes are pretty interesting. So let's say you want to provide a drop down list. So you would select the select box and say support issue type. Let's say please select issue type. We create this custom parameter. We make that as configurable by tenant. So now if you see here, there is an additional option for editing the options list. So basically you want to provide what are those drop down values. So it's a name value key value pair. You would say network issue equal to 1, PC issue equal to 2, and so on and so forth. Select that. Now you can see here those appear, and then save. So now we have added an additional parameter to be asked from the end user. So let's go to the tenant portal and see how this looks. Click commands, create support request. Okay, we need to refresh the page. Once that's done, let's go back here, see commands, create support request. Still not showing up, so let's see what's going on here. So we did not select is required, so we need to select that in order for the end users to be able to see that. So let's select create support request. There you go. Now we see the drop down with the values you just defined in the admin portal. So with just couple of clicks and couple of minutes, as an administrator, you were able to add new functionality into this self-service portal. It's pretty powerful if you think of it. You have not been waiting for the feature to be added by the software vendor, not by your dev team, not by anyone else. So if there is a gap, you can address it to automate all your support tasks, all your maintenance requests that you typically get through emails and gets buried, and it takes a long time for everybody in the pipeline. Everything gets automated through these custom commands with vConnect and Azure Pack. Along with those basic or straightforward customizations and extensibility options that we saw, vConnect also supports quite a bit of advanced functions to enable advanced extensions and customizations. Let's see how these help to automate pretty much all the existing business process of creating, managing, and maintaining virtual machines and virtual infrastructure using the Windows Azure Pack self-service hybrid cloud environment. So one of the advanced options that can be leveraged is operation templates. vConnect comes with standard set of operation templates. Operation templates are like workflow templates, which tells vConnect what steps to take or what steps to execute during provisioning a VM or while deleting a VM. In the recent releases, we have exposed these operation templates for administrators to be able to add additional steps or override existing steps to provide their own custom operation steps in the operation template. This enables to administrators to be able to add any custom operation in the provisioning flow or modify the flow so that you can model the business process that has been there before Azure Pack, before the self-service, using this operation template. So let us take a look at VConnect operation templates. On the machine where VConnect has been installed, you can go to the C inetpub mgmt service cloud assert vconnect bin templates folder, where you can see the two templates that comes with vconnect by default. One of them is for deploying standalone VM and another for deleting. So let's take a look at what's in the create template. So this is a simple JSON file that defines the steps that vConnect executes as part of creating a VM or provisioning a VM with vCenter. Each of these snippets defines an operation. There are standard set of operations that vConnect performs. An interesting operation or construct that you can leverage is a VM script operation, in which you can provide your own script that will get executed as part of this provisioning workflow. So with operations templates, we can add custom operations using PowerShell or with .NET code. Using PowerShell gives the transparency for the administrators to be able to see what goes on, and it gives the flexibility for non-programmers to be able to customize the operations flow during the provisioning or deprovisioning of the virtual machines. The custom operations enables administrators, service integrators, or developers to be able to add operations that can invoke external services like external REST or web service. It can invoke an external system center orchestrator runbooks. It can also do those things synchronously or asynchronously. There is a built-in support for asynchronous operations that are invoked externally. Let us now take a look at how to add invocation step using the custom operation as part of the operations template that will invoke a runbook in System Center, and it will also do that asynchronously. So in order to use a sample operation, you will first edit the template, operations template that we just saw in the previous slide. In this sample that we are seeing here, we are going to invoke a runbook through the operation template. So we have already edited the template and added the step here. Once you add the step, the subsequent provisioning operations will start invoking this operation step. That execution is carried out by the vConnect deployment engine or agent. The vConnect deployment engine provides a reliable way for executing operations, the steps involved in provisioning or deprovisioning a resource. It provides a distributed scale with multiple agents, so even if one of the agents goes down, the operations are carried out by the remaining agents. So it's very highly available solution. It also persists the progress of these template operations. So it is available even during reboots, etc. Deployment engine combined with the operations template provides scripts and operations to do asynchronous calls for long-running external operations. To give a quick idea about the script that we are going to see, which invokes the runbook, the script is divided into two parts. The one is the first time invocation, where a runbook is invoked in the external system and system center. That's the first call. VConnect agent or the deployment engine passes on all the parameters from VConnect to the runbook and it invokes the runbook. In the script that calls the runbook, it gets back the job ID that corresponds to the runbook invocation. It then returns the job ID back to the vConnect engine as an asynchronous data. This asynchronous data is stored by vConnect deployment engine, and subsequently during the next iteration vConnect will automatically call the same script, the second part of the script, providing the runbook job ID. This runbook job ID will be used by the script to check whether the runbook execution has completed or not, and depending on that, it will return back as an async completion waiting status, or if the runbook has completed, it will return back saying the entire operation has been completed. This async format helps administrators to invoke long-running operations in an external system like System Center Orchestrator or another system web service, while not blocking the resources in vConnect for waiting for the operation. Because vConnect takes care of calling this asynchronous wait operations again based on certain time wait, it will automatically call for checking the asynchronous status so the admin doesn't have to block the resources or hold on to the resources. So now let us take a look at the sample runbook and the script that invokes it from the operations template. So this is a run orchestrator designer. Here we have a simple runbook that takes in a parameter called param1, does some processing, and then returns a result using the out variable called result data. So it's basically a very simple, straightforward runbook that takes a parameter and returns something back. Now let's take a look at the script that can be added in the operations template that will invoke the runbook. So here the script called sample invoke SMA runbook. It invokes the runbook. The script can use some of the standard parameters that will be passed on by vConnect. In here, the script will import the module called Orchestrator Service Module. This is based on Microsoft sample, but we had to add some fixes for it to work within this context. This Orchestrator Service Module script and these sample scripts can be downloaded from cloudassert.com/solutions/vconnect. You can see the URL at the bottom of the screen. Proceeding with the script, this sample script has a bunch of helper methods. One of the interesting method is called check job status, which calls into the orchestrator URL, passing the job ID to get the job status of the runbook. The main part of the sample script is at the bottom, where there is a condition to check if this script is being executed as an async callback or if this is the first time call. So in the process main, which is invoked during the first call, gets the runbook from orchestrator, and then it invokes the orchestrator runbook using start orchestrator runbook command, which is available in the module that you have imported at the start of the script. It then checks for the job status and then return the result back. So the get result to return function checks if the runbook status is completed or error, or it is still in progress. So if it is still in progress, which means it's not completed, it returns an async result. The async result contains the job ID for which this runbook has been executed. So the process main invokes the runbook, gets the job ID, and if the job is still in progress, it returns back as an async result. If it has completed, it will return back as a normal result. So the async result contains one important result parameter called is waiting for async completion. If this is set to true, you must pass the async data that your script will require when it is called back using async callback. So this get async result method, it creates a result, async result, with is waiting for async completion set to true, and it passes the async result that you will need in the script for the second time when it is invoked as async callback set in the details. So this entire result set is used by vConnect operations or deployment engine for determining whether this specific script execution has completed completely, or if it is waiting for an async completion, and then it will take appropriate next steps based on that. So let's say if the runbook is still running, this script will return as async result. So vConnect will get this data, persist it, and then it will move on. It will call back the same script again after a set interval. I believe the default is 10 seconds. So it will call back the same script with is async callback set to true and passing on all the async data that you have returned in the previous iteration. So this time in this sample script, when it is called as an async, process async callback method is called. So if we go and take a look there, what we do here, we retrieve the runbook job ID, which is passed on to this script by vConnect, and we check the status of that specific runbook job, and then again we check the result status of that job, and if the result status says it's completed, we return from the script as completed. If it is still running, we return again as an async result back to vConnect. So this way the script serves two purposes. One is to invoke the runbook for the first time, and then it also serves the second purpose to check for the asynchronous task if it is completed or not. That's a quick look at the script. Again, this same sample script can be downloaded from cloudassert.com/solutions/vconnect. Now let's take a look at how to include this step in the vConnect provisioning flow. So I have opened the template which is available in the vConnect install folder. Typically it is C inetpub mgmtsvc cloud assert vconnect. Inside bin templates you will find vCenter standalone vm create template.json. So that's the template that we are looking at. What I have done here is I have added another operation step called invoke custom operation. Everything, the name should not be changed. It should be always VM script op. The label can be changed to suit your needs. The provider stays the same. You can change the max retry if you would like to. The important thing here is the script file name. So you provide the script that you want to execute as part of this step. So what we have provided here is the sample invoke SMA runbook with async.ps1. That is the script that will be invoked as the first step whenever somebody creates a new VM through vConnect. This is how you can include your own custom steps written in PowerShell inside VM provisioning flow using the operations template in VConnect. So after you add the operation for invoking the runbook to the deployment operation template, you can watch the progress of the operation or the deployment whenever a customer or a tenant user creates a new VM. The operation template gets invoked, and each step in the operations template gets executed. From the admin portal of VConnect, you can look and watch the progress of those deployments. So from the deployments tab, you can drill down on any given deployment. So in this example, I'm drilling down to the deployment that has been created after we included the custom operation to invoke the runbook. So in here, you can see that the operation has been invoked and the script has returned back with an async result saying, hey, I have completed asynchronously and this is the runbook job ID. Persist this and then give it back to me. So VConnect will call the runbook subsequently in certain interval with this runbook job ID. So the script can now check for the status of the runbook and then return back whether it's completed or still in progress. So with this, we have seen a brief overview of adding a custom operation to the templates of VConnect. We have seen a sample script that invokes a runbook asynchronously, and we have seen how to see the progress of the operations from the admin portal through the deployments tab. So in this way, you can add any number of steps to call into any external systems, whether it may be a runbook or you just want to execute a PowerShell script or a console application, or you want to call into an external REST endpoint or a web service. You can orchestrate pretty much any of these IT processes, business processes, through the operation templates that comes built in with VConnect. So previously we have seen an example for using PowerShell to create a custom operation that can be invoked during the provisioning and deprovisioning process by adding the step to the operations template. You can use PowerShell, or you can also leverage .NET. You can use any .NET language to create an operation that can be added as part of the operations template flow. Ability to write custom operations in .NET enables developers and administrators to extend the functionality of VConnect and gives them the ultimate flexibility to add any function or any operation they would like to see as part of the VConnect provisioning flow. Let us now take a quick look at an example operation written in .NET. So this is a sample project with a sample operation written in .NET to execute, and also you can override the get async result method to support async operations, but you don't need to implement that if your operation doesn't support async. So it's very straightforward. You can just derive from a standard operation called vConnect operation, or there is also a even more interface level construct called I operation. So you can extend from either one of them and implement execute method. In the method, you can do whatever processing you would like to do. If you want to invoke another subsystem, you could do that and return back a result. The result can be a success or a failure. In this sample, we are just returning success result, but this is the place where you can write any type of processing that you would like to do. This operation can be added as part of the operations template. So now you have the power of VConnect along with the flexibility and the ability to add additional custom operations written in .NET as part of the provisioning and deprovisioning process in VConnect. Now that we have seen how easy and flexible it is to add a new operation as part of the operations template, we will quickly go through some of the other advanced uh, functionalities that VConnect provides for extending and providing custom functions. One of the constructs that VConnect supports is called scriptlets. Scriptlets are PowerShell scripts which VConnect uses to talk to VMware if it is connecting to VMware. These scripts are shipped by default with VConnect. Uh, upon request, these scripts can be provided to the administrators and the developers of the organizations who have VConnect license, and these scriptlets can be customized to suit specific needs of that organization. We generally do not recommend using this approach because this means every time we release a new update, the scriptlets has to be augmented with any update that comes with VConnect, especially if you have customized that. But in many cases, you should be able to leverage operations templates and custom commands to customize your flow, to add custom functionality. But in some cases, if it's really unavoidable or we have to do certain workarounds, this mechanism can be leveraged. This specific uh, customizing and extending the scriptlets could be leveraged in those occasions where operations templates and custom commands are not able to address. So combined with the advanced customization features of operation templates, custom commands, scriptlets, there are other miscellaneous constructs that has been added to VConnect over the period of few releases. You can even customize the actual display columns that are used in the virtual machine grid view. It is controlled through app settings in VConnect. You can add your own custom data to be displayed in this grid view. There is a concept called sync, which actually helps administrators to onboard existing provisioned virtual machines that are pre-provisioned before um, VConnect directly in vSphere client. What we have added recently is you can enable auto sync, which means any virtual machine that is provisioned outside of this Azure Pack plus VConnect ecosystem can be onboarded automatically into Azure Pack and VConnect. For example, if you have an existing process to create VMs based on a runbook or based on a manual workflow, those VMs may be created in VMware vCenter but may not appear in VConnect. With this feature, if you turn on autosync, any of those virtual machines, even if they are provisioned outside of this VConnect, it will be auto onboarded and be present inside VConnect in Azure Pack portal for the users to be able to manage furthermore. This specific feature also enables admins and power users to be able to continue to use existing VMware tools like vSphere client. So for most of the functionality, vConnect supports everything that you need in terms of virtual machine management and provisioning. Maybe for advanced functionality for power users, if you still want to use vSphere client, you could do that, and vConnect with Azure Pack Solutions supports that. Not many uh, tools from other vendors allow you to be able to use existing tools at the same time. So we have seen the awesome features and the advanced customization functionality that vConnect provides to automate every aspect of your IT support business processes in terms of managing the virtual machines and also to provision and deprovision the resources. Let's take a quick look at the roadmap for vConnect. vConnect is poised to be the cross-platform virtual machine management and provisioning solution. We want vConnect to be the automation, service automation and orchestration engine that drives the enterprise and hybrid cloud resource provisioning engine. We have operation templates that helps that, which is driven through the deployment engines and the agents. We are also planning to add command line supports, easy ways to extend the functionality similar to what we have seen today with operations, custom operations. We are also working with Microsoft to release vConnect along with the next version of Azure Pack, which is Azure Stacks, along with their beta releases and their RTM releases. We are one of the very few partners who work very closely with the Microsoft team in delivering with this. We have a commitment for them and we will be delivering along with Azure Stack releases. So vConnect, looking ahead, you can see more and more features and support for adding cross-platform, multi-platform virtualization support coming soon. Over the last several months, we have received fantastic feedback and testimonials from our customers. So I would like to use this one that stands out for me to close. Cloud Asset has been fantastic to work with, highly effective at communication and understanding our needs, very impressive initiatives and efficiency. Expressing our deadline to meet our requirements to go live, the Cloud Asset team provided us immediate results, all the while working with us on any and all customization we requested to bring the product in our environment to its full potential by a Fortune 100 healthcare customer. We are really proud of this feedback. At the same time, we keep ourselves accountable to reach to this level of customer satisfaction with every single customer we work with. For more resources and to try vConnect and other products for free, please visit us at www.cloudassert.com. You can register at the register link. You can also download the customization guides and the sample scripts that we discussed today in this session at cloudassert.com/solutions/vconnect. Thanks for joining us today. Looking forward to hear from you.